Hello there, my name is Jamie, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Make a Wall Defense Game. So, last where we left off, let's have a quick look. We just got everything set up. I would not really call it a game, but it's ready to become a game. So we have our main menu with a one play button, and we can click and hold to shoot the red things that come in off the side of the screen. And that's pretty much it. Nothing's ever going to happen. Nothing happens when you lose all your health. I don't think you can even kill them fast enough. So I think today, last time it was pretty long, way longer than I intended it for it to be. So I think I'm going to try and aim for a much shorter episode this time, and focus on one specific thing, and that's going to be the level itself, the waves. Because right now it's pretty bland. They just come in a big wave. They move in really slowly, and you can't even kill them before you get to the wall. Well, it takes you back to the main menu, but that's it. So I think today I will make these spawn into waves, into various arrangements of monsters, change their speed a little bit, change their health a little bit, and make some sort of progression. So level 1, level 2, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so let's go into our objects. And the bad guys, actually the controller is where they're being spawned from, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, alarm 0, spawn bad guys. So currently what it's doing is every 240 steps, and there's 30 steps in a second, so every few seconds, just 8 bad guys coming off the side. And again, that's pretty bland. That's not very interesting. Now, there's several ways that we can make them into unique waves. We can either use different alarms or timelines. I'm going to use alarms just because we've already used alarms, so I'm going to keep using that same system. So what we can do is we can either change this alarm or just set a new alarm. So when this alarm plays, it will spawn the wave, and then we can create a new alarm event, alarm 1, that's what we just set here. And let's just copy this, right click copy, right click paste. So it will do the same thing again, but we can change this. Okay, so we probably want this to be not as many, because we don't want to start out with too many of them. Probably let's go with 3. And we'll make them a bit faster, a little bit faster too. We'll see how that looks, and we'll space them out a little bit more. So yeah, I think that should be good. Now this is the second event, so in 240 steps. Actually, we don't necessarily need to do it like this. Yeah, I think we should do it like this, because I was thinking that we could do it that just when you kill them all, the new wave comes in, but then that might lead to problems later on if we get into like upgrades that would slow down the monsters. It would make it so you could never lose. So we do want the monsters constantly coming in, just at more of a controlled rate. So we'll leave it at 240 for now. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. And then this one, what we could do actually is we could have 2 different types of monsters. But I think we'll introduce that into the second level. The first level should be pretty much a tutorial-esque level. So you're just getting familiar with the basics of the game. And right now, it's pretty simple. You just click to shoot. That's basically it. So let's have the second wave. Let's just call this spawn bad guys. Wave 2. And this is wave 1, just so we know. I'm going to have that spawn 4 at the same speed, same distance apart. So it will be about 33% tougher than the first wave. And then I'll just repeat itself, because that is alarm 1. And let's just see if that's manageable. Play. Okay, so here they should come. Yeah, 3 of them. I can move those down a bit, they're a little high. Okay, so yeah, aim at them, kill them off. Oh, there's the new wave. Yeah, it's too hard. We're not going to be able to kill those fast enough. Well, we can kill them off before we die completely. Let's just make this really short and pretend that's the end of the level. So let's go back into the controller and remove this. So that's the end of the level. And how should we do the end? Because we need to know when the last enemy has been killed. let's toggle a check. Let's make it a global so it's easier to point at. Global.can_end equals 1. And we'll assign that in our global section of the controller as well, so everything's in the same place. We'll make that 0 because we don't want it to be 1 right now. This is just a basic switch so that so the first wave comes in, and then after so many seconds the second wave comes in. But as the second wave comes in, we toggle this to 1. So on the monsters now, the bad guys, like this, on the bullet. So right here we have it damaging, destroying the bullet, and then if the health is lower than 0, or lower than equal to 0 of the monster, it destroys itself. We also need to do a check if that's the last monster. So what we need to do is just this. If global.can_end, I think that's what I called it. Yeah, global.can_end equals 1, which it will on the last wave, if instance_count obj bad guy. We could use the parent actually, in case we had new bad guys. Equals 1, so that will include itself. There should be 1. Sorry, there will be 1 monster left. It will kill itself. Oops, that needs to be inside that bracket. It will destroy itself, and let's say global.level plus equals 1. So the rooms will just be procedural right now, and that basically means I'm not going to design each room fully. It's going to be based off an equation of some kind. So we need to set up the level. Global.level equals 1. So we want to start with level 1. So only when you kill the last monster of the last wave, it will increase global.level by 1. Now that won't do anything right now, but what we can do is in the alarms here, rather than just having their speed, and actually we can control their health as well, because the bad guy right here, their variables are default 100 health. That's like the baseline. But what we can do is this. Bad guy.speed equals 2 times 1, we'll put that in brackets, 2 times 1 plus global.level times 0.1. So what that is saying here, right here, is the base speed will always be 2, but for every 10 levels, so in level 10, the speed will be 2 times 1 plus 1, so we'll have 4 speed. It'll be twice as fast in level 10. That's the sort of scale we're looking at for the speed. That might be too fast, might be too slow, I'm not really sure, but let's just leave it like that for now. There's some kind of progression. Direction will be the same. We also need to manipulate the health. Bad guy.hp equals. We could actually use its own HP because it's already set up. Bad guy.hp times global.level. Actually, we could, if we don't do this 1 plus, when we multiply something, anything less than 1, so like anything less than level 10, when we do this part, is going to return a value lower than 1, which is going to actually decrease the base value unless we start from 1. So we could do 1 plus global.level times 0.5. We'll scale the HP up a little more because HP is 100, so 100 times 1. If this is level 1, level times 0.5. 1 plus 0.5 is going to be pretty small. It's going to be basically 100, and then level 2, it's going to be 1 plus 1, so it'll be HP times 2. So level 2 is going to be 200, and that's how that's going to scale up. Sorry, level 3 will be 200. Yeah, level 2. So we'll need to do the same for the max HP. We don't need to know where the max HP is right now for anything else, but just in case we do, it's the same variable, so that's fine. Same value. I think that's okay. Let's copy that over to the other alarm as well. All the bad guy stuff. Control C. If you highlight something and then paste it, it deletes what was already highlighted, which can be handy when you're replacing things like that. We're still in the direction actually. Control Z. There we go. I'm going to move this down a bunch. 150, 120. Doesn't really matter. That's fine. No, I'll make this. I'll keep the waves the same length apart because we're scaling up the power of each of the bad guys, so we don't need to scale up how close they spawn as well. It will already be harder by just scaling up the power. And then we could increase the number of waves by having something like this. Global dot wave minus equals 1 if global dot wave equals 0, can and equals 1. Okay, so we have to set that up in the controller as well. Back to the globals list. Global dot wave equals 0, and we'll have to increase that to. We could be adding notes to this, so because in the future, if you have any kind of break, it could be handy. So this is the speed of the gun. This is if the last wave is spawned. Current level. Current wave. Okay. So now at the room start event here, let's have click on control and drag some more code in, and this will be assign max wave. So every time the room starts, global.wave equals 0 plus, because at wave level 1, we wanted to start this at global.level. We'll keep it linear. We could actually do this: global 0 plus 1 times global.level times 0.5, and we can round that. Actually, we should round this. So that basically makes it a whole number, because that could be, let's say, 1.5. You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'll carry on explaining a little bit. But right here, we are decreasing the wave every time a wave is spawned, and when a wave hits 0, we want it to end. So it's easier if it's a whole number. So if it's just 2, because we could, if it's not a whole number, we could just do less than or equal to 0. But we'll keep it 0 and round it to be simple. Okay, so that will increase the number of waves by 1 every 2 levels. And I think that'll be good for now. We're not going to be able to test it though, because we're not going to be strong enough. The bad guys will overwhelm us pretty quickly because we had a hard time even beating the first level. Oh, we need to set this up to repeat based on the number of waves. So if actually we already have an if question here. If the global.wave equals 0, we can end. But if not, so else, you have new brackets. alarm 1 equals 300, which is 5 seconds. It will repeat itself. So unless it's the last wave, repeat. Well, in 5 seconds, repeat. Okay, so we still have our debug key. Press X. It will decrease the reload speed of the gun. We can use to test it. We also need to draw, actually, before we play this, we should draw the level that we're on. I'll do that in the controller. Add event, draw. We use draw GUI because that'll keep it on top of everything else, just to keep it simple. The controller doesn't have a sprite, so that's fine. Draw level. Draw underscore text, open bracket, the location. We have the health at the top left, so let's put the level just underneath that. So 10, 30 pixels down, and the string will be level with a space plus string global.level, close bracket. So that will draw the level that we're currently on. And we should really check the health of the monsters as well. Oh, missed something. I was just going to scroll back up here until I find something. Collision event. Unknown functional script. Instance count. Okay, I know what that is. That's in this one. What did I do with this one? Okay, here we go. Forgot the brackets. There we go. Sometimes the code editor catches it, but if not, the compiler will down here. But actually, sometimes the compiler doesn't even catch anything. Oh, we missed it, and the game will just crash. Unknown functional script. Instance count. Instance count is a function. Let me check that again. It's definitely in here. Damage self. Add increase. Oh. So HP minus equals damage. That's fine. With other destroy. So it destroys the bullet. HP is less than 0. If level.can add equals 1. If instance count. Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing. Shouldn't be instance count, it should be instance number. My bad. And then the object. Obj bad guy. I did also miss the brackets. I'm not sure if that would have made a difference or not. It probably still would have worked. There we go. It should work now. Okay, level 1, that's good. Oh dear. Max HP. Oh, I think I called that wrong. It's HP max. Okay. So in the spawner, which is the controller, alarm 0, I just had this the wrong name. HP max. And I gotta fix that in the second alarm too. There we go. Right there. HP max. Okay, okay. Play. Play. Oh, I forgot to change the second bit. Oops, I want controller. Alarm 0. So I changed this to HP max. This one was still max HP. Okay, second alarm. As I said before, there's more than one way of doing everything, really. This is just the way that I thought of on the spot. It's probably not the most efficient way, but it will work, and it's fine just for a fun little experiment like this anyway. Okay, so there we go. We should be able to take these guys out quite easily. Oh, these actually look like they have more health. A lot more health. Okay, let's see how much health they do actually have. Let's click the red arrow, which is the debugger. They should have died within several hits. Must have been something I messed up in the formula. So we click this little button here, turn on real-time updates, play. And we can watch for whenever the bad guys are spawned. Pause it. Let's have a look. HB 150. Which one is that? This one. I know this one. Here's the top one. We only do 20 damage at a time. Oh, he's not dying. That's the problem. He's not. He's only 50% stronger. Oh, okay, that's a problem too. Monsters are spawning on the main menu. Interesting. Okay, so let's fix both of those things. Okay, I know what that's doing. It's setting the alarm 1 had already been set to count down. So on room start, we should make alarm 1 equal -1. -1 is turn the alarm off, because the alarm gets run when it hits 0. So once it gets past 0, -1, if it's counting down, it won't write anything. It will just skip the check and be turned off. And we'll might as well just cover our bases and do that as well. But we have to put it before here so that on level 1 it still gets toggled to 60. And let's have a look and see why they don't die. Okay, that's right here. It was only going to kill the monster if it was the last one. If HP is less than 0, I actually need to do that at the end. See, if I put this up here, what it would do is it would see if its health is less than 0, then destroy it. It does everything in order. But right down here, it's going to see if its HP is less than 0, and then if global.cannon equals 1, and if it is, do that and that. If not, then it'll destroy it. But it needs to do that check first, or else we'll never increase the level. Okay, let's try it now. So the monsters should die, and they shouldn't spawn on the main menu anymore. Should take 6 hits to kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I must have missed the first couple. Let me check that. I'm pretty sure you do 20 damage. We should still be able to... Yeah, that's too fast, isn't it? I don't think you should be able to take much damage on the first level. It also doesn't look like you're shooting when they get this close to the wall. Yeah, they're gonna die. Yeah, well let's... There we go. It's like a laser beam. Should have no problem now. So that was just me pressing the X key for the debugger that I set up on the last video. I should have a wave as well. A wave out of maximum wave. Yeah, this should be the last wave. I'm going to check that too. I don't know if I have anything that stops it. Let's have a look in the... Oh, it was the bad guy, wasn't it? So... if cannon equals 1, if there is one bad guy left, global level plus equals 1. And global.cannon gets triggered on alarm 1 if wave equals 0. And wave starts off at it's already going to be minus. Okay, I need to put it like that. That's the problem. And I'm also going to make this, rather than increasing the level and doing nothing, it's also going to go to the main menu. Room and sort of go to, open bracket, room, oops, title. Okay. I'm also going to increase the strength of the gun. Oh, that would be the bullet, actually. Which is on here. Global damage. That's the variable you change to increase the strength. So let's have that start out as 50. It should be pretty simple. It should be almost impossible to lose the first level. You'd have to try on purpose to lose the first level. Okay, so now this should die in 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Perfect. There should be another wave, and this should be the last wave. When we kill the last one, the level should increase, and we should go to the main menu. Perfect. So, there we go. Now the next level, they should have 50 more health, they should be slightly faster, and there should be an extra, well, maybe not an extra wave, if it's rounded down. I think it rounds up though. So there might be an extra wave. So this is wave 1. The easy wave. Oh, we actually died. Oh, I increased the level. Oh, okay, I know what happened. In the controller here, we didn't reset the global.can end. So what it was doing was, we'd already set the global.can end to equal 1 on the previous level, and when the last bad guy got destroyed, it would increase the level and go back to the main menu, but we didn't have anything turn that check back off. Okay, so 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then one more wave, and then we should be on level 2. That seemed to work pretty good. There we go, level 2. So these should take 4 hits now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, perfect. So they have 50 more health. And the speed increase is negligible. We're not really going to see any difference until a while later on, which is probably good. I don't know, but they will move slightly faster. They also don't do any more damage right now, but see, they still do 5 damage. That's based on the level. And there's one more wave. This should be the last wave. One, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So now they should take an extra hit to kill, and there should be an extra wave. Actually, no, there won't be an extra wave because we're increasing the number of waves by 0.5 and rounding it. So there should be the same number of waves. Now, at this point, we can play this technically forever, but only up until the point where we cannot kill every bad guy on the screen, and I think that's going to be this level. We just don't do enough damage, make us come too fast. So now we go back to level 3. We repeat this level. So let's just cheat through this level with our X button. Just to see if we get the extra wave on the next level. But yeah, that's basically it. So now we have progression. Yeah, I know it's not fully refined, but this is the monster spawning side of it. In the next episode, I think I'll deal with the gun. We'll have some sort of values you can upgrade and make it so that if you fail a level, you will gain some kind of currency, which you can then use to upgrade the damage, speed, etc. of the gun, and therefore be able to play the increasing difficulty of the levels. So yeah, for now, I think that's everything. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.